Hello?
That's our other church. Thank you.
What just happened in New York?
I didn't know.
You were in New York. We didn't know you were in New York.
I was raised in trouble.
Wait, Manish, turn up.
Should have seen them in the lobby.
We occupy Easy for hours. We had a sit-in. This is Henry from WPIX. Yeah.
So really, we can, whenever you guys want to get going, we're just getting a little video of the plane and stuff, but whatever you like.
Okay. Well, the planes are an EMS plane, that's the red one, and a retiree plane, and we're urging the mayor to land the plane. That is runway 4 from LaGuardia.
Okay.
Hey, council member.
So, do you want me to do a quick introduction?
Yeah, you should do it. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone, I'm Marianne Pizzatola. I'm president of the New York City Retirees today. We have a great crowd, little crowd with us today, retirees and our legal team, and Councilman Marte, who's been supporting us from the beginning. So we had a wonderful court decision today. It's kind of exciting to be able to share with you today all together, and I'm going to allow our legal team to do that. Do you want to talk first?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce Jake Gardner and Steve Cohen to do the legal conversation first, and then Councilman Marte can add his comments. Thank you.
No, go right ahead. Who argued the case? You get to do this. Yeah.
So, 3 years ago, we were here talking about how the city was trying to take away retirees' health care benefits, and the New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees found all the retirees who could, got them together to fight back, and we brought a lawsuit, and we were successful at the trial court level 3 years ago. Then the city appealed. We got a unanimous victory in the first department, the appellate division, and then the city appealed again. And today, the New York Court of Appeals, New York's highest court, just issued another unanimous decision in our favor. The court said what we've been arguing for the last 3 years, which is that the city has an obligation to pay for retirees' Medicare supplemental insurance, and it can't force retirees onto a Medicare Advantage plan. And so we're incredibly grateful for that decision today, but we know that the fight isn't over. Unfortunately, every time we achieve a victory, and we've achieved many in the last 3 years, the city finds a new way to double down on its unlawful campaign to force retirees into a private Medicare Advantage plan that limits retirees' access to their doctors and regularly denies coverage for medical care. So we're going to keep up this fight, but we are urging the city and the Municipal Labor Committee to back down and allow retirees access to the Medicare plus Medicare supplemental insurance that they are entitled to and that they were promised for the past 50 plus years.
Yes.
So that's just a little bit about our victory today, but I don't want to hog the mic. Steve or Marianne or council member, whoever wants to talk, go ahead. Thanks.
Today is a remarkable day for New York City retirees and for employees who at some point in the future are going to retire. What the New York Court of Appeals said today, New York's highest court, is that people are entitled to what they were promised, and that is the health care paid for in retirement by New York City. I'm going to steal a line from Ronald Reagan, 1980. The time is now for this mayor and this city council to stand up and put into legislation new rights that enforce what the court has said today. You don't go back on this promise. The city has to pay for the choice of Medicare and a Medicare supplemental plan that people have been promised for years and years. Thanks to Marianne Pizzatola, thanks to Jake Gardner. The court has spoken. Now it's time for Mayor Adams and the City Council to listen. And Councilman Marte's bill is the right way to go.
Yes. Great segue.
This is a historic day. This is not the first, this is not the second, this is not the third but this is the 11th victory that retirees have had in the court. We have legislation that today, if we pass, we can protect all New York City retirees with the benefits and the health care that was promised to them when they gave their lives serving our cities, even during the most darkest moments, whether it was Hurricane Katrina, the blackout, Bronx is burning. The people behind me served our city. And so the least we can do is make sure that we can give them the protection to age and retire in place or anywhere in the country. This was a promise that was given to them. We're making sure that promise is kept. Intro 1096 would do just that. And what I told my colleagues yesterday was, why are we gonna wait until the courts decide what we have to do before they put us in a constrained path to protect these retirees? Let's use our legislative powers, let's use our budgetary powers to make sure that we can get them the peace that they need. Right now, we know we will win. That point blank, we will win this fight. Why are we gonna allow mental stress on these retirees about an unpredictable future that this mayor wants that future to be realized? That future only supports Aetna, supports the union bosses that have put retirees under the bus. And here today we say, enough. Let's protect these retirees. Thank you.
So I want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting us from the beginning. We still have 2 more cases that we're fighting. The next case is they'll have their hands full with is the Benkowski case, which is the nuclear option. That after we were winning these other cases, the mayor then went to eliminate all of our choices of healthcare plans and force us into the Medicare Advantage plan, one plan only, managed care. So for that, we are still fighting those fights, but Councilman is absolutely correct. This bill can protect retirees, and we need to do that now. The Mayor's Office of Labor Relations over the last 20 years has been pressuring the union leaders to diminish their health care benefits, suppress the HIP rate, which is the benchmark that the city has to pay up to. These are important things because as insurance, these conversations get confusing. People don't always understand what that means. The city had to pay this, as this law was affirmed, up to a specific cap. And what the city was doing, his Office of Labor Relations, is suppressing that rate the most that they could. And they keep on doing it year after year by imposing copays and deductibles and narrowing networks. That's not health care. We need to take care of the people that ran this city, and this is where it starts. So we're urging the mayor, land the plane, Mayor Adams. Let's pass this bill and protect retirees and keep the promise that was made. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you.
Land the plane.
Land the plane, Mayor Adams.
Can I have a couple of follow-up questions? First, for the legal team, is this portion of the lawsuit over? And then talk about any more fighting you anticipate. Marion just kind of hinted at some of the other lawsuits.
So this is the end of this one case. It's called Campion. There's no further appeals for this case. However, there is another case, a related case. It's called Benkowski. That will be argued in the Court of Appeals sometime next year. That also involves Medicare Advantage. And there's a third case called Beyond Cooley versus City of New York, and that has to do with copays that were unlawfully imposed on retirees.
Is this Court of Appeals imposing this basically sending a signal to the city, drop the other lawsuits, we're not backing down on this? Is that how you view this?
I don't know if that was their signal, but I do think it's clear this was a unanimous decision. There were no dissents in this. Judges. Yeah, among the 7 judges. They thought that it was very clear that the law requires the city to pay the entire cost of retirees' health insurance. And I don't want to read the tea leaves, but I do think that is a strong signal of where the court comes out on the broader issue of retiree health care benefits. And this isn't the first time that courts have ruled in our favor. Every single judge below, in this case and the other cases, have ruled in our favor, and the city just refuses to take the hint. They insist on fighting this and causing these retirees who are living on modest fixed incomes to spend that money fighting the city's unlawful actions. And if the city passes the legislation that was just discussed. We could end that right now. We could avoid all of the unnecessary legal expenses, the other expenses, and resolve this in the city council.
And Councilman, I want to talk about your legislation and the council's role in all of this. Where is the legislation at? How much support do you or do you not have? And give us an update on that.
So we introduced Intro 1096 about 2 months ago, and we've been getting sign-ons ever since. Most recently, Councilmember Linda Lee signed on, and we're meeting with every single council member to educate them and give them the real facts about what is happening and what we can do, because the city council has legislated in the past to protect retirees, and we're just trying to do that again.
And then what about every time we ask the mayor about this, we get a very generic statement about it'll cost too much. If I had to bottom line his argument. What do you say on the council side? Can the city afford it?
So we have spoken to the independent budget office, and they said this actually doesn't cost the city much what they're paying today. Right now, the city is paying $600 million for a stabilization fund. Whether the retirees are part of that plan or not, we still have to put $600 million into that fund. And so it really won't cost the city much. This mayor has been crying wolf for a really long time. When I first came into office, he told the city council members, you can't support the retirees because we're going into a recession. We don't have the money. Every single year I've been in office, our budget has only increased. And next year's budget is going to be $115 billion. We don't have money to protect 250,000 retirees. I think we do.
Marianne, anything you want to add? I know it's been a long road for you personally.
It has. We've been fighting this, literally starting this organization in March of 2021 in the middle of a pandemic. They went to put those co-pays on us and change our health care plans then. We started out fighting this literally from our living rooms during a pandemic, and we've not stopped. And yet these fights are not over. To put all of these people, 250,000 retirees, widows, widowers, line of duty, widows and widowers, 9/11 responders, the elderly and the disabled. This to me is criminal that this has kept on going this far. He's never sat down with me once to say, what's this about? Every time, you're right, you do ask him, he conflates the messaging. He doesn't want to sit down and discuss this, but the time is now. He can literally land the plane, and I'm going to pick this up and show you. It says, protect retiree Medicare, land the plane, and he and I are the pilot. We can do this if he sits with me. Runway 4 LaGuardia, let's do this, Mayor Adams.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Woo. Thanks, Henry.
Guys, 1/1%, that's what it is.
You do you. We'll get a little video of you saying hi or whatever, but thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Simon.
Is it literally a picture of him?
Yes, that's me and him in there.
Oh, I see it. That's funny. That's really funny.
And that's Orrin, the union president for Local 2507.
Got it.
Because he's not giving EMS parity. So those two issues need to be in there. I'll show you the video in a second.
I'm familiar with the EMS parity
Are you?
debate, yeah.
I'm EMS, so that argument is something to me.
I didn't realize that was
Yeah.
your experience.
Yeah, this is me.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so when I show you the planes, like the planes literally is me and the mayor and Orrin Barzilay and the mayor. That's why we keep saying, land the plane. Now I just got to get security to take my gift.
I was up and I was ready to go. It didn't affect me.
Well, he's not here right now. He's in
I know.
Albany, so.
I think he knew this was coming and he ran from me.
No, it's the electoral college.
Oh.
So it's a constitutional duty.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
In fairness,
He's legitimately leaving today. Gotcha. All right. This time, I know. I just happened to do this today.
Well, did the decision come today or late yesterday?
Today, this morning,
This
came
morning.
in. I was literally doing a Facebook Live updating my retirees on us taking DC 37's lobby yesterday. And we got the message while I was on a Facebook Live. And I was like, oh my God, I literally started to cry. You can go and see it because you're on our page. But I was so emotional, like, oh my God, we really did it.
We have an active member in the house, yeah.
Wait, who's an active member? Brenda! You can hug me. Thank you for coming. Thank you. We're fighting, girl.
We gotta spread the word.
Yes. Marianne, are you going to send out a
So to get clear, because I just don't want to get it tripped up with the multiple lawsuits. So this lawsuit said the retirees could not be pushed to Advantage plans.
This lawsuit was about what the city has to pay up to.
Okay.
It was the administrative code argument.
it.
What is 12-126? They have to pay at a minimum up to our senior care rate.
Got it.
So the Benkowski case will be the nuclear option, which is
Would that mean all current and retirees would then have to be on the same plan, or no?
Our cases only really impact retirees.
Got it.
I can't negotiate for active union members.
Yep.
Your union leaders need to do that, and that's why we're encouraging them to get more involved, because the decisions that they're making are harming their own members. The court affirmed today what they did to us was illegal. 3 courts. It's time that the mayor acknowledges that his Office of Labor Relations is doing the wrong thing.
Okay.
So this was done under the auspice of Bob Lynn, who negotiated these deals in 14 and 18. You remember him? He's the one that retired as commissioner and then went on to work as a consultant for the city at $500 an hour.
I don't recall that specific instance. To be frank with you,
you can confirm that, but I'm telling you that's a fact. He used to be commissioner of labor relations and then went on to being a consultant for the city, doing the same thing he did as a commissioner. And
we're gonna bug out there. Okay. All right. A lot of stuff going on, but this will be on tonight. I don't know the airing details, to be honest with you. I think it's going to go to a colleague of mine because I'm overdoing the councilman's other initiative over in Chinatown. So,
okay. I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much.
Told you to come back.
And you did. I appreciate it. You like my planes?
Are you planning on sending out another release after?
You want me to?
Well, we can like send something out ourselves with.
Since I muted it. All right, everyone, we're going to end this video, and then I will probably give you an update tomorrow morning at 10, and I'm going to end with our airplanes.
I'll see you. Take care.
Bye. Thank you, Councilman.
Take care. Good to meet you.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Bye, guys. Thank you.